Don't hire a content team in 2025. If you want to create more content, there's a way better way right now of increasing your output without hiring a bunch of editors and ghostwriters and all this kind of stuff. I'll explain exactly what you need to do over the next couple of minutes. Now, I don't have any massive kind of following, but I've been recording every day for over a year, and I have learned a thing or two about basically putting out a lot of content. Right now, between myself and my company, I'm putting out about 150 pieces of content a month, every single month. And so I've learned a thing or two about producing in high volume, but I don't have budget for a massive content team. I think last year, Alex Hormozi spent something like $4 million on a content marketing team. Well, I don't have 4 million and I run a small business. And so I want to do more marketing and more organic to promote and grow. And so I thought I might share my lessons for other business owners who are also trying to grow their content and don't have a massive marketing budget like $4 million a year. The long story short is really leveraging automation. So before I get into this, I will say there's one function which is really hard to replace on a content team, and that is video editing. So what I'm talking about video editing is the actual going into Adobe Premiere and doing the thing and like actually making the insertion show up or the text and stuff like that. AI is not that powerful yet, but for pretty much everything else, you can get AI to make it. AI can make carousels, it can schedule posts, it can write the content, it can write it like you, it can write better hooks than you, it can write the titles for your videos, it can help you generate ideas from other ideas, it can do pretty much everything. Now, I will also say AI sucks at speaking with your voice sometimes. And I know this because I certainly don't want to just have GPT tell me what to make videos on, because otherwise I'm just gonna sound like ChatGPT. And nobody wants that because that's unoriginal. Like, it's not me. It's not true to my experiences and my thoughts and my opinions. You can't replace your ideas in content. So that is the first kind of key lesson that I found, is it's really hard to replace the idea generation part of things, because that is you. And if you are building a personal brand or a company brand, you have to have a sense of identity. And if you use generic sources like ChatGPT or whatever, you are going to sound generic and you will blend into the background. You're the same as nobody. Then there is cutting it up, formatting it, scheduling it, doing everything in between, creating the media, writing the hooks, things like that. That's where AI comes in. AI can do literally anything that is text and image based and tool based. So like scheduling on Instagram, whatever. And then there's an editor component, which is like really hard to kind of automate completely right now. But I'm sure literally like give it 6 to 9 months, there will be an automation for this. Right now, the problem is a lot of AI editors to like do clips and stuff, they don't have API access. But anyway, the way that I've set this up is I choose one key form of content that is the kind of like source of everything else. For me, that's YouTube videos. For Alex Hormozi, that's tweets. Basically, he writes a bunch of tweets and then his videos are a lot of tweets put together. His team takes his tweets and puts them on other stuff. For me, it's more my videos. Like, I try and write my ideas in a long form way and then I make videos on them. And I basically decided that I want this to be the kind of main format for me. It's just also more conducive to sometimes my more open-ended reflections. Pick one source of truth, which is pick one place where you're going to be primary creator and driver. Don't try and like make videos and write LinkedIn posts and write tweets and do it. Like, it's going to be a hell of a lot, absolute like mess. Pick one platform where you like creating the most. Maybe that's Instagram for you, maybe that's YouTube, whatever, doesn't matter. Point being, you have a table, at least for me, like I have a Notion table and it has all my videos and I write about each video in there. Every single content piece is in a database and it has an ID, type, structure, references, anything that is relevant to that content piece is in like one database entry. When I say database entry, I'm using a Notion table. You don't have to get fancy. I run a software development company. I use software. I know how to code, but like, you don't need to get that fancy. You can just use whatever works for you. For me, that's Notion. That's what I use with me and my team. And then basically build out automations with things like N8N or Zapier if you want to go a little more basic. And you need one automation which detects new content in your table or database and just turns that one piece of content into multiple. So basically for me, that is, I have one video and then I have something that picks up on it and turns it into 3 to 5 tweets, maybe one LinkedIn post. It generates new entries on the table that say, let's make a LinkedIn post here, let's make a tweet here, etc., etc. And then those new content pieces go to what's called an orchestration layer. And orchestration layer is a fancy word to basically say a manager or somebody who says, you go here, you go there. Basically, it takes a new piece of content and it says, okay, this is a LinkedIn post. I'm going to send it to the AI agent that just writes LinkedIn posts. This is a tweet idea. I'm going to send it to the AI agent that just writes tweets. And so you might be thinking, okay, great, I can get GPT to write my tweets. Like, it's going to sound like shit. I know this because I hired an agency and they basically just use GPT the whole time. Biggest waste of money in my life. The secret sauce is that you want to make sure you give it enough examples of how you wrote things in the past. And then don't tell it to just base yourself off of these examples. For me, what worked was giving it a prompt where I say, I want you to find a post that is similar to this idea. And I want you to use it as specific inspiration and basically use that as a kind of template for this new post that you're writing up. I do the same thing for hooks. So instead of telling it to come up with hooks, I say, listen, here's a database of 500 hooks that perform really well on LinkedIn. I want you to find the most relevant hook and apply it to this example. And that's basically it. That is what my kind of LinkedIn AI agent flow looks like. And you can make different AI agents that specialize in different things. So for example, I have one that specifically does hooks. I have one that specifically does the body of the LinkedIn content. I have one that specifically does media generation. This is something that I'm actually in the process of putting together right now, and I haven't fully gone live with it, but this is going to take my output from about 150 pieces a month to 250, 300. It will double or potentially even triple the amount of output that I'm able to do, because right now, basically I have a small editing team of 2 editors. One helps with long form, one helps with short form. This is for my personal content and company content. And I have an assistant, like a VA. And basically she just helps to schedule stuff and whatever. In time, her job is not going to be to schedule things. It's going to be to basically refine prompts and review things. She right now is doing more reviewing than she is writing. She used to be a ghostwriter. Now I don't need a ghostwriter anymore. You don't need to pay a content team like 15, 20 grand a month in 2025. There is so much that you can do with just GPT. If you are wondering, oh, I don't have enough money to buy an editor, that's fine. You can still create an AI agent to take a long form YouTube video, transcribe it, turn it into LinkedIn posts. You can generate media out of it. If you design some simple templates on Canva or whatever, you can use automated media generation. You can use GPT to create certain images as well. It's insanely powerful what you can do right now with AI. I'm literally using it to build out an entire content team. If you're curious about how, like, comment below. I can make some free resources on it and then share those. I'll share them on my Instagram or something like that. I can make another video going more in depth if people are curious, but like genuinely, you can make entire teams right now without needing to hire all of those job functions. Running a small business is all about how you do more with less. And AI is a massive tool to do more with less, basically. It's really insane. And, you know, we've been helping companies use AI for a while now, and we're really applying it in our own company now. And the results are very, very exciting. I'm going live with this system internally over the next 2 weeks. And I'll share more on it, but genuinely, I don't think it's worth wasting a bunch of money on a content team right now. If you're curious about how this can apply to your business as well, definitely feel free to schedule something in below. But regardless, I think it is an excellent opportunity for anybody who's trying to invest more in content and marketing. It's really important that you learn to leverage AI, because otherwise you will be left behind by those who learn to use it faster than you.